I am the interstellar mediator, Soul 13, Terra 3, forest monk, university professor, mother and author. Respect and love. Greetings. Let's continue to move forward together and discover the cosmic and interstellar reality. This presentation is the 8th video of a series entitled Total Reset 2020, which concerns 12 actions being carried out during the year 2020. Action 1 triggers human consciousness through the history of the old man in a plane who slides from second class, the third density, to first class, the fifth density, and from a belief system to yet another one, even though it may seem much better at first glance. It is also a reminder to keep in mind, as if you take the same path, you will only be moving from one belief system to another, jumping from a fish tank to yet another. Action 2, preparation, addresses the question of the conditioning humanity has been subjected to since the dawn of time and since your birth, and the discovery of a cosmos teeming with life and fully inhabited planets by very many interstellar races looking like humans, even though they might have different sizes and shapes of brains, cultures, and ways of being or thinking. Then you discovered the access to fifth density and your DNA vault within you. You just need to activate the very key you are. With action 3 and following, we are now going to lift the veil of oblivion so that you can make sense of what seems incomprehensible at present. The elements of this new reality may seem incredible, inconceivable, even impossible. You will be tempted in a third density dual manner to make harsh judgments, and you will probably feel discomfort and embarrassed. Some will interpret them as creativity, fantasy, science fiction, others as egocentricity, lies, a fabrication, even mythomania, and at worst, pure mental madness. I would like to reassure you and tell you that this is absolutely not the case. So let me state the following clearly and firmly. I have been a hermit and a forest monk in Asia, India, and Sri Lanka from 1964 to 1980. I went through the process of enlightenment to answer the basic questions of existence and find the dynamic heart of life. I asked myself, who am I? What is enlightenment? What is reality or consciousness? Are we really alone in this universe? And have found the answers to the great questions of existence, step by step, accompanied by the greatest thinkers of the time. And it is with passion and patience that for over half a century I have been promoting spirituality, meditation, self-seeking, leniency, probity, fairness, ethics, moral values, and service to others. From 1981 to 1983, I was invited by a very large meditation center in the United States to be one of their resident teachers and guides. It is the Insight Meditation Society, a center for retreats and Buddhist studies, which welcomes nearly 350 people all year round. I have dedicated my entire life, 72 years, to unrelentlessly sharing what I myself have found, the imperious heart of life, and I now accompany the steps of humanity in its planetary and interstellar emergence. So you therefore fully now understand, I am sure, that a person who has devoted her whole life, 72 years of her existence on earth, to promoting spirituality, kindness, equity, ethics, and service to others, who was a hermit and a forest monk, who has been practicing meditation 24 hours a day for so many years, and who has gone through the process of enlightenment, this person doesn't lie, simply because she cannot. It is absolutely impossible, not only in terms of moral and ethical values, but because during the enlightenment process, which is none other than the transition to fifth density, you die to your 3D self. That is to say, that the 3D self, the ego, the hatred, duality, are completely stripped and ripped off and out, and it is impossible to return to the prior self, simply because you can't. They are no longer there. It's a bit like when a caterpillar becomes a butterfly. If the butterfly wanted to become a caterpillar again, it would be absolutely impossible, because they're no longer there. I don't lie. And if you are inclined to think so, I strongly encourage you to review your value system. In fact, this is precisely what interstellar races expect from the human species, well before the development of technologies, or technologies being offered to humans. They expect from you and from the human species a complete revision and overhaul of your value system. Imagine what some of these technologies would become in the hands of a violent species whose values are money and power. This is at the heart of the 5D transition currently unfolding. changing your belief systems without sinking into any one of them and without going from one fish tank to another is one of the great human problems and the great challenge facing all of humanity today. Let's move on to action 3, the subject of which is the natural 5D ascension. Many aspects of the human being are affected by this transition, which is in full swing. Natural factors relate to two aspects. On the one hand, the different levels of solar flares, and on the other hand, the cosmic waves coming from the center of the galaxy. Sudden eruptions, bursts, or solar storms are intense radioelectric demonstrations or explosions accompanied by sunspots. They occur during periods of high solar activity and are characterized by the frequency band emitted and lasting from a few minutes to several hours. They affect life on Earth and can cause serious disturbances in radio communications, especially for satellites, GPS, commercial or military aircrafts. They cause widespread power outages and contribute to corrosion of land structures. In the human body, they increase body frequencies, disturb circadian rhythms and the production of melatonin. The cosmic waves are a positronic wave and a gravitational wave which overlap together. They go hand in hand. They come from the center of the galaxy and arrive towards the Earth together. Positronic energy overlaps gravity waves. These are two separate things, but they appear as one and the same phenomenon to the human eye. Positron waves are positively charged magnetic particles surrounding a gravity wave. Gravity is the flow of energy that gives the galaxy its shape. When these waves impact the spaceships of the interstellar races stationed all around the Earth, the crews must position their crafts to protect them. In 2017, while I was talking with my ET mentor named Zen and a cosmic wave was impacting his ship, he said, "The spaceships must maneuver to take the cosmic wave heads on and not on the side in order to minimize the damage. The particles hitting our ship's electromagnetic fields shine like an umbrella. Some overloaded electrical systems have blown circuit breakers, but nothing serious. For people, physiologically, it is like being under a powerful cascade of water. It is not harmful to DNA. On the contrary, and the energy energizes. Everyone reacts differently on board. Some feel more dynamic. Others will sleep all day. As for the planet Earth impacted by these waves, it is increasing its frequency a little more. After completing my mission and leaving the IMS Meditation Center, I stayed in the United States for 10 years. I resumed my life as a citizen and I worked for 5 years alongside Dr. Martin Moreed, MD, PhD, British physiologist specializing in chronobiology and the study of circadian rhythms. Dr. Moreed is the author of The Clocks That Time Us and books that tackle the difficulties encountered by people who work the night shifts and must stay awake and vigilant during the night. They face repetitive jet lag and their circadian rhythms are disturbed, which gives rise to a large number of long-term difficulties. This question is directly linked to the difficulties many people encounter during the transition to 5D and the increase in terrestrial frequencies. It is not only human beings, but also fauna and flora which undergo the same transformations and have a direct or indirect impact on the evolution of humanity, as absolutely all areas of life on Earth are concerned. Life on Earth is punctuated by sunlight. Life is sensitive to solar flares and cosmic waves that elevate terrestrial frequencies. Internal clocks connect plants, humans, and animals to the periodic rhythms of nature, day and night, and the round of the seasons. Plants wait for the signal from their internal clock to grow. The animals mate during the mating season so that their offspring can grow in good conditions. And migratory birds always fly to other skies at the same time. Tides, seasons, and weather all follow the same repetitive cycles. These alternating 24 hours, seasons or eras, come both from the environment and from brain mechanism. Circadian rhythms are endogenous, that is to say, they are produced by internal biological clocks which operate even in the absence of any external stimulus and which play on many biological, physiological, and human behavior. When in the video number 2020, Action 2.3, Part 1, the universal key, I spoke about the vault, saying it is linked to internal clocks and opens up at specific times. It is these clocks that I was mentioning: the safe, the vault, DNA, universal key, and the metronome all have internal biological clocks and specific tempos. This rhythmicity comes both from the environment and from brain mechanisms, because circadian clocks are linked to variations in sunlight and the rotating movements of the Earth, planets, or the Moon. During the transition from 3D to 5D, solar explosions or cosmic waves cause fairly large increases in your frequencies, and you will feel the following variations or disturbances: your wakefulness and sleep rhythm. You will feel dynamic, or you will find it difficult to fall asleep, hence days of temporary or chronic fatigue. Your vigilance and your attention. You will have difficulty concentrating and meditating. You will feel restless. The range of your emotions widens. They are stronger, more diverse, and you will find it difficult to control them. You will more easily go from extreme enthusiasm or feelings of infinite love to depression and sadness. You will want to change your moral values, your behavior, or express yourself more accurately. You will change what you eat or what you drink to be more in tune with yourself. You will want to be in quiet and silent places in nature, and you will find it difficult to be close to others in your daily, individual, family, and social life, and you will no longer understand why they are or behave or think the way they do. Your body temperature may rise and you will experience slight bouts of fever. Your blood flow is increased, which also affects your heart. Your hormone production and menstruation in women may be disturbed. The growth of your hair or nails is faster. You tend to heal more easily and quickly. Your visual spectrum is wider, and you see auras or colors that you didn't see before. You are more and more telepathic, intuitive, clairaudient, clairvoyant, and you develop powers that you didn't have before. All these effects are also visible in plants and animals, and the following areas may be affected: the cycle of plant growth, the size and the maturity of fruits or vegetables are accelerated. The flight and migration of birds is disturbed. The reproductive cycles of plants, animals, or humans are accelerated. You will also become more and more aware of the external symbols and signs of the matrix that has influenced your life without you being aware of it, as if you had taken off a pair of glasses that prevented you from seeing clearly until now. What you need to do, in fact, is no longer trying to increase your frequencies at all costs, but to balance them with those around you, checking for variations in the Schumann resonances, and perhaps also using the metronome of love presented in the video in the Action 2.3 series, Part 4. You already are in 5D and what you opt to be. Do not hesitate to be it fully.